Hey guys, welcome back and happy Tuesday. All right, guys, well, we're back to talk about the Real Housewives of New York, but one in particular, Luann Responds, who is seemingly agreeing that Ebony K. Williams was the leak of Ramona's racism investigation and also claims that she was taken advantage of when she was being arrested. Okay. She's also talking about the Real Housewives of New York season 14. So we have all those details and more. But before we jump in, first, I want to say thank you for another amazing round of daily hot takes. It was our first round technically, but it is an extension of Hot Messy Topics. And now we are doing it on Jason's channel, Down with Jason. So thank you for showing up and showing out and all of the support. We love you guys. Also, guys, don't forget to smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. And don't forget to hit that notification bell because, well, you don't want to miss anything we have coming up. With that, let's jump right in.
It's time for all your binge-worthy pop culture news. Welcome to Up and Adam.
All right, guys, so it looks like Luann Responds is making some pretty serious assumptions about Ebony K. Williams during a recent interview. Now, after the Real Housewives of New York City reunion was canceled, allegedly due to an extended investigation into an allegedly racially charged statement Ramona Singer made amid production on season 13, Luann reacted to the possibility of Ebony leaking the information. Then she addressed a number of housewives' hot topics. Okay, she said, it just makes me wonder who the spies are and who are the people around us that we can't be trusting. This is what Luann said on a December 6th episode of Hot Takes and Deep Dives after being asked about the potential leak. She said it feels unnerving. It's like, is there a thief in the house? Is there somebody stealing from me while I'm having a shower? I'm not quite sure where it's coming from, but that is a little worrisome. Okay, first of all, if this was Ebony's experience with Ramona and there was an investigation, I understand usually you're supposed to keep things under wraps. I don't know if Ebony is the leak, but if this is her experience and this investigation was true, I mean, we're watching. I think that we have a right to know. So I don't know why it would be worrisome. I think it would be pretty important, especially because this is a big deal. We've seen Ramona's behavior in the past, and she's gotten a lot of criticism for it. But as of today, you know, it's interesting because back in the day, people might have thought Ramona's antics were entertaining. But as time changes, as we move forward, and as things continue to evolve, people are not finding her antics to be as entertaining as they once did. Now, then after the host pointed out that Kyle Richards once said, you always have to look at who the story benefits, and noted that it was quite clear who the story, which included just Ebony and Ramona, benefited in terms of the investigation, Luann agreed. She said, right. That's how she replied. In addition to taking issues with the person behind the leak, who she did not name, Luann said she's also upset to see a spotlight being placed on the criminal behavior on a number of housewives. She said, I just think it's unfortunate. I don't think any of it's a great example for young women out there, but they're following people's lives and you just never know. She also said, while asking, do you think that I went to Palm Beach thinking I would get arrested because I was drunk in my hotel? I was a woman in jeopardy that needed some help. And instead, they slapped handcuffs on me, took advantage of me, and that's what really happened. As Real Housewives of New York fans may have heard, the man who arrested Luann in December of 2017 has since been accused of making unfounded arrests. She said, the police officer who arrested me is now in jail for making false arrests against people. I was in a very bad situation. Speaking of Erica Girardi and the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Luann said she isn't convinced Erica was involved in Tom Girardi's crimes against his former clients. She said, does she know her husband did those things? We don't know that. She could be a victim as well, just like Teresa Giudice was. She also said she didn't know what she was signing. So these women are also victims in a lot of ways. Now, Jen Shah, that's a whole nother story. That is something that she seems to be accused of, and we'll have to wait and see how the jury plays this one out. Which she's definitely right. We're all going to be sitting in anticipation, wondering, will Jen Shah be convicted as guilty? Or will she get out of this because it's one big misunderstanding? However, we all know, because we've talked about it numerous times with Emily D. Baker and Ronald Richards, Dana Wilkie, a lot of people, and she's going up against the Southern District of New York. The Southern District of New York it's either a 98% conviction rate or prosecution rate. Ronald Richards corrected me one time on that. I believe it's a conviction rate, but it's still a big deal. Now, to be following these women while these things are happening, I'm sure they're like TV gold, but it's hard to watch people going through this kind of thing. Looking ahead on the upcoming season of The Real Housewives of New York, Luann said she's open to a lesbian or transgender cast member. We need to mix it up. Bring it on. We could absolutely use somebody who is LGBT. If I was one of the producers, which after all this time, they do weigh in with me on terms of who they cast because I've been doing this a long time, I'm certainly open to it. Now, we know right now that The Real Housewives of New York season 14 is pretty much expected to return sometime in 2023, which is crazy because they're putting it on a whole year hiatus. What will happen with these women? Where will they be? We don't have any of those answers as of right now, and we don't know who's coming back. At first, when I talked with David Yontif, who has an amazing podcast, Behind the Velvet Rope, he made an interesting point, which it had me thinking, my wheels were turning. He said they did a revamp on Orange County. While we were all excited about Orange County, if it doesn't land the ratings, then that could be very telling for New York. It could actually put the nail in the coffin. However, after the premiere of Orange County, seeing Heather Dubrow and all the messiness coming back our way, making it feel still a little bit cotton candy and there's no one being arrested or criminally charged, it does look like Bravo, more importantly, Real Housewives of Orange County, that they might be doing the damn thing. So when it comes to New York, a hiatus, sure, but what will this revamp look like? And will Ramona and Ebony be able to film together again? That's one of the number one questions, especially after Ebony's formal complaint and also a production member's formal complaint against Ramona. Will Ebony even want to film with her? Obviously, if Ebony filed this complaint, she, had a very real concern in order to do so. And I don't know if I heard someone say something like that about me, if I would want to be in the same room or if I could even look at them with them saying, I didn't say that. I think that's crazy. And honestly, Ebony doesn't need the show. I would love to see her on The View, but if she does come back to The Real Housewives of New York, we will all happily welcome her back. It's just going to be a matter of time and I guess circumstances. We'll have to see. Guys, I want to know what you think about Luann in this interview, talking about Ebony potentially being the leak and also talking about her position on The Real Housewives of New York and that production weighs in with her on who they should cast. She obviously wants a member of the LGBTQIA plus community. I'm down for that. I mean, Miami's the first one to do it. We're getting our first lesbian housewife, and I'm so excited. So I'll be watching them first on Miami on Peacock, and then let's see what Bravo does with New York. Guys, go ahead, comment below. And before you go, don't forget to smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. And don't forget to hit that notification bell because, well, you don't want to miss anything we have coming up. Also, we will be going live tonight at 6 p.m. for Jason's Daily Hot Takes, which is an extension of Hot Messy Topics. And hopefully you guys join us for an hour-long conversation of some unfiltered topics and opinions, of course, as always. Don't forget, smash that like button, do all the YouTube-y things, like Emily says, and I'll see you so very soon. Bye, guys. Love you.